my God, 54!
This 72-volt electric bike has 5,000 watts of peak power, and they say we can hit speeds north of 45 miles per hour. It's got extreme torque, 180 Newton meters.
Oh my goodness. Holy crap, dude.
Current list price is $2,799, but I do have a discount link down below this video. You could also scan this QR code right here. It'll save you money on your order and also help support these reviews on Tail Happy TV. And boy, am I excited to try this thing. So let's review the Wired Scout and see what all the hype is about.
Wow, this thing is balls.
This is a beast. I feel like 3 pedal turns and I was over 40.
And here's what it looks like when you get out of the box. And the main star of the show is this enormous hentach 72-volt geared hub motor with steel reinforced gears. According to the company website, this thing can take 2,000 watts of continuous power and 5,000 watts of peak power. And this motor is exclusively on wired e-bikes. Website says it is the most powerful geared hub motor available with 180 Newton meters of torque. The wheel has got some pretty thick spokes. Of course, it's running the 26 by 4 inch tires on both the rear as well as the front. The brand is Cool Ride, and check out the tread on those. Super curious to see how these ride and what they sound like. And we do have a through axle on the front wheel. Fantastic. With a 203 millimeter rotor. And of course it is dual battery. We'll check those out in a minute. But let's get this thing undressed. Wired. So this is the blue color. They do have other color options linked below the video. Personally, I love the blue. So of course it is full suspension sitting on a 4-bar linkage. And it's running the good old-fashioned D&M AO8RC. It's a pretty solid rear shock. We've tried this one many times. You can adjust the rebound with this red dial. And you get some adjustments on this guy too for the compression. But probably the most important adjustment is the air chamber. So you can plug your shock pump in right there and adjust the air in the chamber. In case you haven't seen a shock pump, here's what they look like. You can fine tune the PSI in that shock to your rider weight and riding preferences. And holy smokes, dude, I just kind of noticed, look how freaking thick this wire is running to this motor. The brake rotor on the rear is also a 203 millimeter. And this e-bike is running 4-piston Gemma hydraulic brakes. Let's take a look at the front. The shock on front is the RST guide with 75 millimeters of travel and the same 4-piston Gemma hydraulics on front. Get this thing on the stand. So up front, we do get a through axle, quick release through axle style, which is awesome. And as you can see, we have closed dropouts. So this axle goes through the wheel and into those threads, which is both easy and secure. The main battery will drop in from the bottom. Second battery goes on the rear rack, which does come attached, much appreciated. And there's a mounting point on front for a front rack as well. I love when the handlebars have the little grooves in there. That'll make sure the BMX risers don't rotate on us. And the bike comes with 2 beast mode chargers. 72 volts charge, the max is 84 volts. We'll be charging at a rate of 3.5 amps on each of these chargers. One more box, which contains tools, our manuals, a lightweight headlight for front, the good old fingernail polish, touch-up paint, and a good old-fashioned set of Valgo pedals. So of course this is a dual battery e-bike. It comes with 2 monsters. The main battery pack is a 72 volt 20 amp hour good for 1,440 watt hours of energy. And this unit is packing high discharge rate Samsung 50S cells. Then of course we get our second one here. This is a 72 volt 15 amp hour battery pack with 1,080 watt hours of energy. And for everybody already subscribed, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more videos like this. So we'll pop those batteries in just a minute. I want to show you the seat real quick in case you haven't seen a wired seat. They do ship this bike with 2 seat posts. They give you a short one because your seat post can only be so long. You can only drop down so far with that suspension there. So I will likely be putting on the longer one. So I'm super pumped to get on this bike. Let's weigh it. Today my weight is 196.6. So let's get this thing off the stand. Oh my goodness, that rear motor is a beast. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, dude, that rear end is very heavy. Oh, 302. So just over 105 pounds with no batteries on this beast of an electric bike. And let's get a weigh-in on just the frame battery. Frame battery clocks in at 18.8 pounds, so you can ride with just one battery. So if you had just one battery, you'd be rolling with about 124 pounds of weight. But if you really want to extend your range, get out there all day and a half, you can put the rear one on, and the rear battery is good for another 17.4 pounds. So that is 36 pounds of battery right there. So this is 141 pounds according to my measurements, which is a lot of weight, bro. You just have to understand what you're signing up for when you get this bike. This thing is not for everybody, but it is for some people. So let's go ahead and drop the battery in there. And we'll throw the other battery on there in just a minute, but first I just want to hop on this thing, feel it out. Oh, I got to show you this side too. There's a huge chain ring. So as you may know, I am 6'5", inseam 34. I might make this bike look small. It's fairly large. We do have the short seat post on there, so it is the step-through frame. They sell this bike in also a high step frame. It's called the Warrior. It's basically the same bike, just step-through or high step. You get the same battery and powertrain and all that. So you do you. I prefer the step-throughs generally because they're easier to get on and off. You can just kind of step through here. Now this suspension linkage does kind of, you know, I wouldn't say get in the way, but it's not like out of the way. It's still a step-through bike. I can get on here very easily. I do need to adjust these handlebars to come back just a bit, but here is what I look like sitting on this bike with a short seat post. I probably need to let a little bit of air out of that rear shock. And we do have adjustments on the front suspension with clicks. I think I forgot to show you guys that. So pretty much feels like the same as like the Wired Freedom that I've reviewed in the past. We basically just have an improvement and more power. Did we need more power? Probably, yeah. Yes, always more power. So I love these BMX style riser bars. You know, it just makes these bikes so comfy to be on. Like you just sit here and chilling, bro, chilling. So we'll put that battery in there. I think we need to use the key. So it comes with a set of keys. Yeah, so unlock it, lock it on there. Now you're good to roll. And now we got 20 more pounds on the bike, which just sitting here doesn't make much of a difference. It's just when you're hitting those bumps, bro. Holy smokes, bro. I'm so excited. And also this bike is just an absolute freaking unit. So since it does not have a dual crown fork, you can turn the wheel real far. That's kind of nice. Let me show you the other side. Take it on the other side. So the front suspension does have adjustments with clicks. And this bike ships with a gigantic 56 tooth chainring up front, which is good for high speed pedaling. It's got a double wall guard on there to help keep the chain on and to also protect the teeth of the sprocket in case you bottom out. The wired pad here will protect your paint from chain slap, and the derailleur guard will protect your Shimano Acera derailleur in case you tip the bike over or during shipping since it comes installed on there. And on the rear we get 7 gears with a gigantic granny gear for climbing if we need extra torque ever. Kind of doubt it, but we'll see. If you buy the Scout, it'll say Scout here. If you buy the Warrior, well, you know. So we got the lightweight headlight on and the front metal fender on. What do you say we fire this wired up? After a quick peek at the controls, so we do have the Gemma hydraulic levers. Power is operated with a quarter twist throttle on the right, and we have an ergonomic style grip on both sides. Here's how you adjust the pedal assist and turn it on. A bell for our electric bicycle, as well as the same old 7-speed Shimano shifter we see on almost every e-bike. The display does not seem to have a USB charging port for a cell phone. Oh, it's down there. Oh yeah, you get a standard USB charger on the bottom side of here. So without further ado, let's fire this thing up. Press the power button. Wired e-bikes. So the display is color. We get the motor temperature, which is awesome, and a battery readout in terms of percentage, miles per hour front and center, and motor power down here, which is super awesome. And we can adjust our pedal assist by just tapping these buttons, of course. Now there is either a cadence sensor mode or a torque sensor mode from my understanding. So holding the set button is how you get into the advanced settings. And boom. This is where the magic happens. So there is all kind of stuff you can do in here. Let's go to general. So this bike does ship as a class 2 electric bicycle limited to 20 miles per hour, 750 watts. But if you decide, you can get into the speed. Oh no, that's just units. Advanced settings is probably what we want. Oh yeah, there we go. So max speed and class setting. So it's set to 32 kilometers an hour, which is 20 miles per hour. But to change that, we go to class setting. It's on class 2. You can do class 3 or unlimited. So let's put that on unlimited. And now the max speed is 99 kilometers an hour. I say that'll do it. Oh, so you can switch it to torque sensor or cadence sensor. I'm gonna put it on torque sensor because I'm super excited to try that. Torque sensor gives you power in proportion to how hard you press on the pedals, which is great. Pedal assist level, you can choose however many you want. We'll leave it on 5. Pedal assist percentage. So this part is real cool. For each pedal assist level, you can get in and change basically how much power it's going to give you. We'll just leave it as is. You can turn throttle on and off right here. We'll leave that enabled. Throttle follow. So this basically makes it so the throttle will work the same as like the pedal assist levels. We'll just leave it on the default. Throttle percent, 50%. Start strength, word is you have to put it on 0 for max start strength. We'll do that later. So some other stuff here, information. Okay, so turning the light on, there's what it looks like shining on the wired box. I love that, you know, this light's bright, but it's not like huge and heavy. And I don't know if the camera's picking this up or not, but that rear light is actually very bright. And then when you grab the brake lever, it lights up a little brighter. So I'm super pumped to try this. Let's see what kind of juice this motor's got. All right, I just dialed it all up to max. This is gonna be crazy. Oh yeah. Holy crap, bro.
All right, dudes, let's get on the wired. Scout, get this thing out for a rip. So we're gonna run into the stock form with the dual batteries. We'll track our official range. And of course, we are on a full charge. So let's go ahead and give it a rip up the 20% grade, see how it does. I have the throttle only on 50% right now. The start strength is on 2, the default setting, so this is not the strongest start strength. Let's give it a try. Holy crap. Yeah, so you can tell, I mean, it's super powerful, but it is 50% on the throttle right now. And that is for safety reasons, because this is a very, very powerful bike. Yeah, even on 50%, man, this thing feels real torquey. So we do have it on the torque sensor mode. I put it on torque sensor. Let's just kind of pedal this thing a little bit and then we'll dial up the power and stuff. Oh wow, so the torque sensor's real gentle here. Oh yeah, that makes you work for it. So there are like a lot of power modes on this bike. We can adjust like the sensitivity and stuff, but default here. So I'm actually really liking how gentle this is, you know, in comparison to how strong we can make it out of the box, because on these really high power e-bikes, it is extremely important to have very fine precision on your power application. I mean, a lot of these e-bikes I review on this channel, throttles are basically on-off switches. The power comes on very abruptly, which is cool, you know, if you're running a 750 watt electric bike, but if you're on something that's 5,000 watts peak, you really need to be able to not put 5,000 watts down. You can feel the weight of this thing going around a corner. I love the low step through frame. Let's try 0 to 20 with launch level 2, the stock one, and 50% throttle with a 200-pound rider. Let's just see precisely what happens here. We have back brake on the left in case it pops a wheelie. We know we can grab that. And let's just see. Go. Okay, so yeah, it's like a reasonably super strong launch. 20. And as mentioned, you know, this bike does ship as a class 2. I obviously just removed the class 2 thing right away because that would limit us to 750 watts and 20 miles an hour, but nobody is buying this bike for that application. It's nice that you can tune it down to that if you are gonna, you know, need that for some reason. So let's get into the settings here. Change the, oh yeah, we have pedal assist percentage. Oh yeah, on 5, it's only 60% power right now for pedal assist. So I love the adjustability on this thing. We'll mess with that stuff in a few, but we're just gonna take the 50% throttle and bump that up to 100% now and see what that does. I'm actually a little bit genuinely scared. All right, 100% throttle. But then there's also start strength, which we're not gonna do that quite yet. It's on 2. Steve, the owner of Wired, says 0 is the strongest. Well, let's just try throttle 100% and start strength 2. You could also put on 3 for even gentler start. Start strength 2, throttle 100%. We have it on 5. You see the motor power and go. Okay, yeah, that's all right. 20 and 5,000 watts. Wow. Yeah, you can really hear that hentach motor start to spin up, bro. The steel reinforced gears on that hentach motor, man, I'm not gonna lie. I like the sound of it. It is not a silent motor, but it just feels raw. It feels like, I don't know, like straight cut gears on like a race car or something. It's like, oh my God, the front wheel just came off the ground. We're still on start strength 2. I'm a little afraid of start strength 0, but we'll try it. So that showed peak power of 5,050 watts so far. And now we're gonna change the start strength from 2, which you could make it 3 for an even gentler launch. I actually think a gentle launch is probably the way to roll, but we gotta show you guys the quick launch times. I think I just heard a bald eagle out there. All right, and from my understanding, we have this thing fully unlocked for launch, start strength 0. We'll keep an eye on the motor temperature through the day, sitting at 95F right now. And when you got everything unlocked like this, it'd be wise to keep a finger on the brake levers, because that will remove all power from the throttle in case you get yourself into a whiskey throttle kind of situation. All right, I'm just gonna try and get up on the bars here and see if I can even do this. I'm genuinely scared, dude. Here goes nothing. GPS will lag. Watch this speedometer for the most accurate time. I weigh 200 pounds. Ready? Go! Oh my God. 20. Holy crap, dude. Whoa. Oh my God, dude. These bikes are so fun. And yep, it is just totally power wheeling here now. Like if I get on the throttle a bit here. Yep, front wheel comes right off the ground. So yeah, I can see why they don't give you all of this out of the box settings. Like there would be so many people crashing this thing. Like you've got to be ready for this level of power. That brought the motor temp to 102. So we'll see how heat is managed here today. Oh my goodness, power wheeling. This thing is like a Sur-Ron with pedals, bro. And it looks like a bicycle. Like you could ride this past like pretty much probably any law enforcement and they would never suspect this thing has the power it does. Dude, the power wheelie thing's fun. I almost wish this bike had the back brake on the left side like a Sur-Ron, a typical electric dirt bike, because so you can have power one hand, back brake on the other side. Whoo! Because back brake is how you want to control that rear wheel. Although technically pulling either brake lever will cut power to the motor. Wow. So all of those settings I just changed does not affect the pedal assist system, pedal assist modes at all. So I can still pedal this thing like a normal bicycle to some degree. I mean, it does weigh 140 pounds though, right? With both batteries. So even on start strength 0, throttle 100%, like you still can control this bike with the throttle. You just have to be careful with it. Yeah, you can kind of get on it, like, but you just got to really be careful not to, well, I mean, you can twist it all the way, but you better be ready for 5 kilowatts. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God, dude. This thing is ridiculous. I don't think you could like actually, well, I'm not gonna say what you can actually do. It feels like an excessive amount of power to like balance a wheelie. Like it would just loop out if you keep holding that throttle. Like power isn't what you necessarily need to ride a wheelie. You could, oh my goodness, that is freaking fun though, bro. The amount of torque that this bike has is like unlike any other bike I've ever tried that actually has pedals on it. Oh my God, this bike is an absolute blast, dude. It's a hooligan. This bike is an absolute juice to joyride. Initial impressions on steering, seems fine. No sort of wobbles or anything funny yet. Let's try a top speed run though. All right, we're gonna do a high speed run. Motor temp starting out at 113 Fahrenheit. Oh my goodness, dude, I am genuinely, I don't know. All right, let's just go. Let's go. Go. 20. 30. 40. 46. 48. 50. Woo! 51.8. Aerodynamic. Woo! 53.1. My God, 54. All right. My God, dude, that is a rush going 54 miles an hour on an electric bicycle. That is absolutely absurd. Oh my God, dude. And that's what the 200-pound rider, very slight tailwind. Motor temp is only saying 127 Fahrenheit because at those speeds, you know, you get a lot of air cooling. We'll try it on the sand here in a few. I have to say, it felt very stable. No sort of wiggliness or nothing weird from the tires. All you just hear that basically jet engine of a motor back there launching you off into outer space, essentially. This thing is absurd, bro. And I should mention, I was not pedaling at all on that, obviously. Well, not obviously, I guess, but human power really doesn't make much of a difference when you're going 54 miles an hour. It's like your legs can do like 200 or 300 watts. But cruising at like 30 with the torque sensor, pedal says 7. It's cool, bro. Let's take it to the beach and see what it's like to pedal. I gotta say, my riding behavior on this is pretty much as though I'm riding a motorcycle. Like, hanging with traffic is absolutely no problem. In fact, we're just gonna hop to the front of the line and, oh my goodness, power wheelie. Just take everybody off the line, why not? So no turn signals on this. Who gives a crap, dude? Nobody looks for signals on e-bikes anyway. So yeah, we were able to hit over 50 miles an hour for a little bit. The motor is rated for 2,000 watts of nominal power, not 5,000 watts of nominal power. So you can't just like stay on the throttle permanently and pump 5,000 watts into it forever, because the motor will start to heat up and eventually, you know, you just can't keep pushing 5,000 watts permanently. But we can easily just pull, you know, mid-40s, no problem. Not even pedaling this thing into a headwind on the way to the beach. And I have to say, when you're traveling at 40 miles an hour, the noise of those steel cut gears on the hentach motor, you really can't even hear them too much because all the wind in your ear when you have like an open helmet anyway. So I am changing start strength back to 2. It just feels more pleasant and safe. Oh yeah, you don't have to be like so on edge now. Oh yeah, this is throttle 100%, but start strength is only 2, which is still intense, but like not dangerous, relatively speaking. All right, bros, don't forget this is not a motorcycle. We are on a bicycle, so let's ride it like a bicycle here just a little bit. Now, I have it on torque sensor, which was not the default option. I think it said 60% powers. Yeah, it makes you work for it. It really makes you work for it. So you can genuinely get a workout on this bike if you want. Now, right now, it kind of feels more like a leg press machine than a bicycle. Let's take this thing off-roading just a little bit, feel the suspension out. So it rides pretty nice off-road. I actually like it. It's got the RST shock up front. I don't think it's an air shock. You can't adjust like the air in it or anything on front, but you can on the rear with that D&M shock. You can adjust it, which I did. I can feel right away these tires are not optimized for sand riding. These are better for street riding, as I hit that little patch of sand there. But riding this thing for some trails does not feel bad at all. Now, if I was gonna be doing trail riding on this bike, I would take that back battery off of there, honestly, because your rear suspension has to deal with all that extra weight being mounted essentially on the swing arm back there. So you just got a lot of weight with that huge hentach motor, heavy hentach oh yeah, a little sideways on the sand. I think we're on 25 PSI on the tires. But yeah, there's a lot of weight going on that rear swing arm, which is not ideal, you know, compared to like a mid-drive for like off-roading. But in terms of suspension, this suspension is good, man. It feels nice. And the linkage, the 4-bar linkage is like real thick on this one. They made it way thicker compared to the last wired bike that I owned. I already got a little sand in that chain. Good job, bro. I'm telling you what, man, if you're having a lazy day, not feeling so enthusiastic, just get out on something like this and it'll wake you the heck up, bro. So motor temp sitting at 163. I wonder what's gonna happen when we put it on the sand in a bit. All right, so pedaling, yes, we're on the torque sensor as mentioned. It Stock settings, it really makes you work for it, dude. It really makes you work for it, even on pedal assist 5. So the thing I love about this bike is that you can get in there and adjust the sensitivity and stuff. And you can also put it over to cadence sensor. Let's throw it on cadence sensor, feel that out. Let's put it down to 1. You can also change the way the throttle works, if you want it tied to the pedal assist level or not. Currently it is not, I can tell right away. So I love, actually the cadence sensor on this bike is awesome because it gives you power based on like a set wattage essentially. So like level 1 will only give you like 700 watts. So even on cadence sensor level 1, just all you gotta do is just start rotating the pedals and it'll give you a set level of power, which is by default settings 700 watts, which takes you up to like 15. This is a nice relaxed cadence. This is like already too fast to even be out here on power level 1, but you can dial it down even more. Let's try cadence sensor level 2. Oh yeah, just a little bump up in power at about 900 watts roughly. And power level 3 post-assist level. So it doesn't matter if you're even like pressing on the pedals of the cadence sensor. But yeah, it's giving you like 2,000 watts. This thing is ridiculously fast. I want to pop up this thing, see if I can balance it. Oh my goodness. This bike is a freaking thrill. Did you hear the noise that motor made? It just sounds like a high-performance sports car to some degree. I love this bike, bro. I'm telling you right now, though, this thing is not for everybody. This thing is absolutely very intense. All right, we're gonna get this thing for a rip out on the sand. Before we do that, I'm gonna put the launch level start strength back on 0. I do kind of wish there's like physical controls for that. So you could like really dial it up or dial it down, just super easy. We'll put start strength back to 0 so we can have the strongest absolute torque off the line with the throttle. Throttle's still at 100%. So I can tell you right now, these tires are not perfect for what we're about to do, but let's give it a try and see how she did. Oh my goodness. Holy crap, dude. The back end is just like, wow. Just putting down so much power, just like hopping all around back there for a second. Wow, this thing is like riding a freaking bull, bro. But yeah, you can feel, holy smokes, dude, this thing is outrageous. I'm gonna let off for a second. I see this dog up here. And these tires, you know, they're obviously not like the ideal tires for riding on sand, but they're holding their own, man. They're holding their own. You can feel like they're not quite as good as like knobby tread tires though, but my goodness, dude, this thing is absolutely outrageous, just ripping out here. I really can't even look at the display, but you obviously get that 5 kilowatts. Holy crap, dude, this is crazy good. And I wonder how long this motor is going to hold up, because you can't do this all day long. Motor says 170 from what I just saw, 170 Fahrenheit, which I don't know when it's going to like cut out on us or anything, but we can take some turns out here, get through these grooves. Yeah, this is absolutely just decimating. Oh, this might be the single strongest single motor e-bike I have ever ridden out here. Oh my God, dude. This thing is crazy, bro. All right, that was an absolute blast. Our motor temp has been brought up to 212 and climbing 213, 215. So you can't get out there and do that like indefinitely. Yeah, I mean, you know, it just feels like a little bit warmer than ambient. Honestly, it doesn't feel hot at all. That is a beast of a motor. 226 is what it's reading now. So yeah, it did not cut out power at all. That was a pretty good rip out there. So like, oh yeah. All right, the sand right here. And, oh yeah. This thing is so fun, bro. Pretty much the only downsides I could think to this bike would be possibly the noise from the motor, if you're not into it. I don't mind it. And the price, which, you know, it's not cheap, but for what you get, I mean, it's pretty incredible. I do have that discount code below. And then, I don't know. I mean, if you're looking for something chill, obviously, this is absolutely probably not gonna be your cup of tea, because this thing is like zero chill. Wow. Oh, about lost it there on the edge. Yeah, so like when you get a little sideways on the sand, you gotta be ready for it. You gotta be ready to catch it quick. Oh shoot, dude. I don't think I've had this much fun on e-bike in a long time. Motor temp is now at 266 Fahrenheit after really just getting out here and hammering this thing for quite a while. Which I should point out, it has not cut out power at all. Let's continue the journey. Oh my goodness, yeah, we are just peeling out off to the races here. I don't know if I should put more weight on the front tire or less, but this thing just absolutely freaking rips out here, holding. Oh my God. Well over 20 miles an hour before I let off due to my own fear. And it feels pretty smooth out there actually too. It doesn't beat you up, man. When you have that air shock set on the right pressure, does pretty well. Now, you know, on normal rides, I would not be riding this bike on this route with the rear battery just because, you know, the rear suspension would perform better if it didn't have the battery on the rack back there. But hey, we're riding in stock form. Speaking of which, we're sitting at 82% battery, and that's after almost 10 miles now. Ripping around here, high speed, crazy stuff for like 46 minutes essentially, still 83%. And we do have the Samsung high discharge battery cells on this bike, and boy, can you feel the juice on these, man. This bike definitely has the juice, as I like to say. But to talk a little bit more about the tires, like when you let off the throttle, they're pretty quiet tires. These tires, they don't make much noise. I mean, do you hear them? Pretty quiet bike, dude. I mean, until you unlock the juice, then you hear a little bit of noise. So to talk a little bit more about the pedaling, this Cadence sensor is growing on me a little bit. The out-of-the-box settings, 15% power. It does make it nice, so like if you're going like 15, you know, you can have the throttle fully unlocked if you want, and then just kind of control your power with like a little dab of like 700 watts here and there. Yeah, we never tried pedal assist 4. I mean, oh my goodness, pedal assist 4. I mean, you might as well just twist the throttle all the way. This bike is incredibly juicy, and this guy is jamming. I would say be careful if you leave it at 5 though. Yeah, oh my God, dude. There's no mercy, dude. The power on this thing is absolutely relentless. Just turn those pedals a little bit on Cadence Sensor 5. That could get you into a world of trouble if you're not expecting it. I mean, dude, riding this bike is essentially like the equivalent of like a Lamborghini. It is just raw, extremely powerful, very torquey. It's an experience, dude. This is not your average electric bicycle whatsoever. Like, not even remotely close. Brake test there. Champion!
You got it wired.
Yes, he said you got it wired. All right, bros, we're gonna give it a little time trial on the California Incline 85-foot climb, 12% average grade. See how she do. So we are manhandling 140 some pounds of power on this bike. Yeah, obviously, pedal assist 1 here, just doing 700 watts. Trying to take it easy. We can easily climb this. I'm gonna actually have to tap on the brakes. And now I'm in the predicament of having the highest start strength, trying not to loop this thing out. Obviously, climbing is no problem. Trying to go slow is really the challenge on this bike. So this is indeed the California Incline, and we really should be on the other side of this wall, but I'm scoping it out. Ready, go! Oh my goodness. This is outrageous, dude. Whoa. And we're already at 30. 30. And that's 20 seconds before I had to hit the brakes. Holy crap, dude. All right, let's do just a little brake test on this thing. Back brake is on the right. We'll start from around 30. So pretty big rotors, pretty big brakes on this thing. Brakes feel actually real good. You can definitely tell this thing has some weight to contend with, but no complaints on the brakes whatsoever. They feel real smooth, real linear. That's from 30. Let's try maybe, I don't know, a little quicker. This is about 40, and I'm just gonna pull on them. Yeah, I mean, it stops good, but There's something about the idea of bicycle brakes being on something this outrageously powerful. Like you probably could like overheat the pads and the rotors if you keep pushing them, you know, stop, go, stop, go. Let's do one more stop, third stop here from about 40, and I'm gonna brake late. Ugh, yeah, dude, I mean, they stop real good, dude. They stop real good. What a bicycle. So after 13 miles, we're sitting at 73%. We're gonna head on home. After we let Ron try this bike, we're gonna meet Ron in just a few, see what his opinion is on it. I'll share my final thoughts along the way. So list price right now is $1 under 1,800 bucks. I do have a discount link down below this video and code. So if you are gonna buy this bike, use that link and code for the best price and to help support my reviews on Tail Happy TV. And of course, I greatly appreciate your support. So what are my final thoughts on this bike, dude? It is an absolute hooligan, dude. This is the Lamborghini of electric bikes, dude. The hentach motor is extremely torquey, extremely powerful. This is one of the most exciting bikes I have ever ridden in my life. Now this bike is not probably for everybody. That motor does make a little bit of noise, and this is a very, very powerful electric bike. It is a deeply satisfying e-bike to ride, man. This is something else. I love that it has the Samsung high discharge cells. I personally love the sound of the motor. If you're looking for something quiet, this is not it. If you're looking for something weak, this is not the bike for you. And if you're looking for something light, this is not the bike for you. At 140-ish pounds, it is a unit of an electric bike, but this thing is an absolute beast. And if you're on the fence thinking about buying this bike, if you think this is for you, click that buy button down below. I absolutely guarantee you are gonna love this electric bike. So that's pretty much my final thoughts on this thing. Now let's go see what Ron has to say. I think Fabian might be there too. What up?
What's going on, brother? Wow, look at that.
You guys wanna try this thing or what?
That was a serious paint job. That is a serious blue.
I'm just gonna turn this throttle off right now. You guys are both welcome to try it. I gotta let you, oh, of course you gotta pick it up, Ron.
I always have to pick it up. I just have to feel how I'm gonna take it upstairs if possible.
Single motor, yeah.
Dominate on the bike on sand, right?
Oh, dude, it is an absolute blast.
You need it to be on Tail Happy. Are you kidding? This is the only bike that wasn't on Tail Happy.
Dude.
It's the Wired.
Yeah, it's the new Wired, man.
Yeah, is that the one you're doing right now?
Yeah, these guys are about to give it a try. You want to try it too? It is on start strength 2, which is not the strongest. 0 is the strongest, but 0 is like outrageous. So I just put it back to 2. But you'll see, man, when you turn the throttle on this thing, be ready for it. So
Yeah, I do want to take it. Right.
yeah, it's.
I'll take it on a quick straightaway and be right back.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man.
I feel like 3 pedal turns and I was over 40.
Yeah.
It gets there really quick.
What pedal assist did you have it on?
I started at 1, but I went to 5.
Yeah, okay.
I was throttling a little bit, but I was pedaling just to kind of feel how the pedaling was. I like the pedal bikes, you know. So it felt good pedaling. It's heavy and kind of like in the front. It feels almost like a double motor in the front because it's really solid in the front. But that's probably because it's meant to stay on the ground and meant to like be stable. It's a good bike, man. My God, it's fast.
I can get it up to.
I topped off at 40, 45, you know, to feel safe.
How did you feel about the throttle application?
The throttle felt good. The throttle like excelled well. It responded instantly. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Nice.
It seems really similar than, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't seem that much different than the 60 volt, other than it can go faster.
That's true.
It doesn't feel that much different. It's not world changing. It's just faster.
That's a really good way to put it, man. It feels very, very similar to the Freedom. It's just dialed up a little bit
You
more.
really need that top speed. I mean, for what?
I
It's gonna
know.
wear out your battery.
Yeah.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, man. Give it a go.
It's a good bike,
Heavy, man.
140. Yeah, I mean, it literally accelerates so quickly, like you don't even really have time to process what the heck's going on.
It's awesome, man. Wow. I like the step through.
Yes, sir.
You gotta have the step.
I love the step throughs.
That's a solid bike, man. Wow. Impressive. I'll take it. What's this retail for? Perfect.
2,800.
That's a pretty good price for that, I'd say.
2,800. There is shipping and tax, but I do have a discount. Oh. I tried to warn him.
Thank you for letting me ride that, man.
Yeah, man.
Let me know what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
Yeah.
Let me know what you're gonna do with it.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Oh my God. Wow. I thought I was on a, is this a Tesla? Dude,
Yeah.
this thing is like 0 to 80. This thing is ballsy, dude. This is ballsy. I don't know, maybe it's too fast.
So we're gonna take a look at the final range here in a little bit. Keep in mind, we have been absolutely beating on this thing all day. Not just me, but other people have been riding it probably for, I don't know, an extra 5 miles. So I think it should go without saying, you're not gonna get optimal range riding your e-bike like this. All right, dudes, let's look at the final range numbers. So we were out there for an hour and 30 minutes ride time. It clocked 20.5 miles. Now I did loan this bike out to 3 people to try it, so I'd probably add on 2 to 3 miles to that range roughly. Average speed was around 13.6, and we were showing right at about just under 50% battery after pretty much beating the living crap out of this thing for 22-ish miles. So it's got a lot of battery on there, which you can choose to use for range or an absolute thrill. So you do you on that. So if you are gonna grab one of these, use that link down below the video. Click on that link and use my coupon code at checkout. It'll give you the best price and also help support this channel. And as mentioned, I greatly appreciate your support. Why this bike, dude? You are gonna absolutely love it. I mean, if you're looking for an extremely torquey, extremely powerful, extremely fun e-bike to ride, this thing is amazing. And I'll leave you with that. Catch you guys next time.